it hit me harder because I'm a great father. I love my kids. And right now I got a 3-year-old daughter I can't even see. I can't even speak to. Hey baby.
What's up, daddy?
You know I don't play about you, right?
I already know. No, I don't play about you either, right?
Always us.
Never them.
That's you, Sam.
Baby, I'ma slide for you. Pull up with that stick full of rounds for you.
Well, so far, we did the whole, let me go back. So we started on Revolution. That's coming out February, under D's production. I did Mitch and Ice Cream on the Chop Up Hour, Christopher Rollins, and the famous Perilous Times, my favorite of all times. Straight Gate, shouts out to you. No, definitely my favorite. Listen, y'all, don't believe me? StraightGateMeSite.com. Thank me later. Perilous Times. Check out everything else on there. Like, we lit. No, we lit for real. So y'all definitely go check that out and purchase your gear, donate, do all that. We're not even asking for much. It's just $1. Like, purchase that merch. They bad. We got the t-shirts. That's my favorite. I ain't gonna lie. You understand? All type of colors. Like, yeah, check us out for real. We here. Well, I always wanted to be an actress, but I always had the rapping going on back then. But I love music, so writing music was always a passion of mine. I had gave up on it because the situation had happened, and I kind of got discouraged. So acting always been my thing since school. So throughout events, was it ROC? No, 21st Century. We did our thing there. So it's like the feedback I always got, it just always does something to me. So I end up putting the music to the side. I end up, pursuing that. End up putting my dreams to the side again. You meet these men. So it's like, try to pursue what they got going on in hopes of, okay, I eventually get put on or whatever, just trying to push them forward. So epic fail. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Self-love, do you first and hope they get on. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever do that. My biggest mistake ever, because I could have been where I needed to be years ago. So I started putting God first. You know what I'm saying? I started manifesting and really sitting down. And 2019, I just started taking off. Started putting me first. Started putting my dreams first. And here we are. Started networking. Got back in touch with important people, and been up ever since. Oh, that's a good question. So when I was about 5. Me and my brothers used to put on like talent shows for my grandma and my auntie, and we used to go out there and sing, our favorite songs. So shortly after that, when I got into the whole understanding what certain words mean, because you know how when you young and you sing certain songs and you're not paying attention to what they saying and they actually cursing. So I kind of almost got my behind beat for that. So my grandma came out there and say, "What you said?" I never forget. I was singing Mary J. Blige, "I'm Going Down," and I think she said I should have left your ass a long time ago, and I wasn't paying attention to what I said. And I don't know. It's just. So yeah, it actually started from there. So it's like the older I got, I just loved everything about music. So at that time I thought I could sing. So until one day, my mama put me down and was like, "You really like this music thing?" I was like, "I do." She said, "Okay, well, baby, I love to hear you rap, but the singing, baby." And I respect her honesty, because I ain't out here looking crazy. You understand? So she was like, "But baby, the singing ain't, no, baby, it's not for you." She said, "But yeah, you're rapping. Yes, do that." So that's pretty much where it came from then. Like, I always loved music.
You know where that come from too? I started off as a battle artist. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Like, I started off as a battle artist, so it was always like face to face. You know what I mean? So it's easy for me. It's just natural.
Yeah. See why you ain't saying it at the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me hold on. Time out. All right. So originally, where you from, bro?
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Okay. So understand. Do you still battle or? Because I know down here in South Florida, niggas don't really.
Yeah, they don't really battle. Like, you know, I used to do ciphers because I mean, I went to Piper High School, for those who know where Piper High School is, you know, and that's where I really brought the battling out even more because I was making money off of it, you know. And I'm not gonna say the person's name, but he was a champ at the school, and people that knew me was like, yo, I want you to battle him, da da da. I know you can eat him, and they were side betting on me and whatnot, and I ate him, and after that, me and him became cool, and you know, but yeah, like I really. Yeah, man. Nah, you good. So like, I did that, but then my older cousin was saying to me, he's like, yo, what if you get on and they want you to write? What you gonna do? I said, shit, I'm gonna write. So he was like, why not start now? So I started writing more, you know, which it's even better because you got more time to think out everything, you know. Leena would tell you, when it come to writing, I'd be second guessing, like, baby, that bar sound good? Like, and she'd be like, nah, that's good. I'd be like, nah, I feel like I could do better. Like, you know, it's just all, I'm always a competitive person when it comes to me, myself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, it was something about her. You know, it's just like, when you know, you know. You know what I mean? And it's like, I never seen her with no dude. I never seen her like running behind nobody. Like it was, and she's a people person. It was just like, I seen her as a wifey off the rip. Like dang, this right here could possibly be my wife. Like, you know, her whole demeanor, you know, like just the way she look at life. And I asked her, I said, I put her to the test one time. And I said, you could pour me a drink? And she didn't say like, why, whatever. And she went and did it. So I'm like, wow. Like, you know, you got some women that be like, wow, why you want me to pour you a drink? I ain't your girl, da 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 da. So I'm like, nah, she a sweetheart. So it made me feel like, wow, it's like we not together, but it's like, that's already my woman. Like, so when we really locked in and we had so much like in common and like, she's showing me a different part of life. She like basically on some trying to change me from the lifestyle that I used to live. And, you know, I just looked at it like God put her in my life for a reason. You know, God put her in my life to show me that your previous situation wasn't your situation you're supposed to be in forever. You know, like, this is the woman I want to see you with forever. You know, it was just, it was deeper than rap for me. Like it still to me seemed like a dream. Like I wake up next to her and I'm like, dang, I'm so blessed. And she's like, no, baby, we blessed. And I'm just like, yeah, you right, we are. Like,
it's the voice for me. I love his music.
Well, you know, my real pops wasn't there at one point. You know, he there now, and I appreciate him, you know, but that was like my therapy for everything I was going through. Like if I was going through beef in the streets, I put it in the music, you know, which when I was young, that wasn't smart because it could have got me indicted. But moving forward, everything I put in my music is deeper than rap, you know, and I just know how to maneuver with it, you know, and that was my way of expressing myself because, you know, as the type of person I am, some people can't take the things that come out my mouth. So when I put it in my music, they have no other choice but to listen to me. And you know, not to cut you off, but you know what it come to when I get on that mic, I think about like all my loved ones I lost that believed in me with the music. I think about everything I'm going through, and it's just my way of getting out my anger. You know, without knocking somebody out or whatnot. You know, like that's like.
You looking mad.
Nah.
No, when he attempted his last attempt.
Yeah, my last attempt. Yeah, it was my last attempt.
I know everybody here now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why you ain't get that boy no play?
So yeah, let's talk about. Okay, so I always had this thing where like I don't really date artists because I just feel like all of them are whores. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? To me, I feel like it comes with a lot. Yeah. So I didn't want to, you know, and then I didn't want to.
They can still hear you.
Okay, hold on. Can we pause it because he got to pee?
Oh, go ahead. You good? Yeah, go ahead.
So, it was like, okay, I had this thing where I didn't want to talk to artists or whatever. I wasn't on that. I wanted to be a regular person.
Yeah.
So, during the time I met him on the set of Mitch, which is one of the films that I did.
Chris,
shout out to Chris Rollins.
Yeah.
And he wasn't trying to talk to me then. He saw like, you know, he was back-scene and, you know, a part of it as an extra.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to do content with him or something like that. So we had changed Instagrams or whatever. So he didn't hit me up right then and there. It was maybe like a week or so later. And okay. And he hit me up a week later and was like, hey, you know, I want to do this content or whatever. I want you to be like, you know, my little sister. I want to play your big brother. So at first when I saw him, I'm like, okay, he's fine, you know, like tattoos, tall, like handsome, you know. So, but of course, I'm not going to shoot my shot. I never do that. I just feel like it's so unladylike. So I was just like, okay, he's just so handsome or whatnot. And after that, what happened? So when he hit me up about doing the whole content, I was like, okay, well, he must got a girlfriend because he ain't tried to talk to me or whatever. So I respected it. Yeah, so I respected it. I was like, okay, well, you know, I like whatever. So then I made a post or something. I was dressed real nice. I was going out. And he was like, you know, trying to talk to me then, slid in a little DM or whatnot. And I was like, what's your situation or whatever, which he was 100% real. He was like, oh, well, you know, I'm going through something, you know, right now, my baby mom's. I was like, who you live with? He said, my baby mom. So I was like, oh no, that's the norm. You know what I'm saying? For me, like, oh, we stay together, we ain't together, we ain't have sex. I was like, no, holla at me, you know what I'm saying, when the situation done. So, but we still like stayed in contact, like he'll still comment on, you know, stuff or whatever. So he wasn't really flirting. So it's months later, I guess things was like kind of finally over or whatnot. And he was like, you know, can we at least go out or can I get your number? And I say, so where you standing now? Well, I'm in the process of leaving. Oh, nope. Well, holla at me when you leave. You know what I'm saying? So I just like, no, I'm not one of them. So fast forward to, you know, the night of the truck or treat. And after it was over or whatever, at that time you was walking me, we was going to your car. And he was there or whatever. But the whole time, like, I didn't see him really doing too much of like nothing. Like I really wasn't looking at him. I know when he got out the car, he got this thing where when he stepped out, it's like he got this little nonchalant attitude. So I was like, well, hey man. He was like, what's up, Leena? Cause like I was like, oh, cause I'm finna say now, you weren't like, hey, like hello, like we was just saying something to him on DM, like what we doing? Don't act like that with me. But I had to like back up a little bit because I wasn't sure if his people was out there or something. That's probably why he was acting like that. So I'm like, okay. So he was like, nah, you know, it ain't like that, whatever. So he was like, so I'm saying, like, you gonna let me get your number now? You know, I've been trying to talk to you. So now reminds you, it's me picking him. I didn't see him dancing on nobody. I didn't see him changing notes with nobody. So it was a young lady there. I was like, aren't you in such and such? He was like, nah, I mean, I got a number though, but nah, you know, I've been wanting you. I delete her number right now. So I'm laughing. I'm
That's
like,
real.
nah, you should stay there. You should stay there. Check her out. See how she doing. So I was like, who you stay with now? And so he was like, you know, I left my baby mama back at my mom's or whatever. And I was like, you lying. He was like, nah, I'm dead ass. No, for real. Look, now it's 4 a.m. This man whipped out his phone. I heard that dial. It said, Mom. I said, boy, hang up. What you doing? Like, he said, nah, but she up though. She up. And I started laughing. I said, you know what? So I ended up giving him the number. We end up, when we were talking, he was like, I want to make sure you get home. So he kept calling me to make sure I got home. So he made sure I got home. The next day, he was like, hey, did you and your daughter eat or whatever? He cashed out me to get us something to eat. He was like, you know, I'm on my way to church. And I was like, what? You go to church? I'm like, okay, well, this ain't what I thought. Okay, so during our conversation, it's like, he's so humble. Like, his voice is just so soothing. And his mindset, I'm like, damn, he's different. He's not what I thought. So he was like, yeah. I was like, this is not what? Okay. So I'm like, all right, then. So when he came, my daughter's with her dad during the week. So I told him to stop by, whatever. And his whole energy, like the vibe, he wasn't trying to kiss on me, touch on me. Like, he sat on one side of the couch, I was on one side. He was just like 100% gentleman or whatever. And he was like, if I wanted to see you again, you'll let me. And we've been locked in ever since that night. Like, locked in.
That's real. That's real.
Even after, honestly, truth be told, I never changed who I was. As bad as I wanted to be cold-hearted, as bad as I wanted to be the one that don't give a shit, the way I have my heart set up, it's like I couldn't. Because I always stood 10 toes on. It's always somebody out there for somebody. You know, we tend to friend zone a lot of people for whatever reason, and then the whole time them be the ones. But then when we actually see them same people get into another relationship and it's prospering, it's like, damn, he was trying to talk to me or she was trying to talk to me, but damn, I was, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, during those transitions of each relationship, it's like I never stopped being who I am. I just wisen up to not overplay my part no more, because I was in abusive relationships. I was always the freaking breadwinner. Like, I'm a true nurturing healer at heart. You understand? My issue, I'm a sucker for sad stories. I feel like I could fix everybody. So instead of just understanding, like, sis, you're not a rehabilitation center. You know what I'm saying? Put you first. Let them figure it out. That was their mom and their dad's. You know what I'm saying?
Did you realize that before Mag or
before Mag?
Okay.
So that's why I was single 2 years before him. But I was dating, but I was like, I can't make nothing official till I know. I can't practice what I preach to I gotta practice what I preach to my kids. So the next person I bring around my kids is gonna be my husband. So when I met him, his energy, his personality, I was able to, I'm always give a person the benefit of the doubt, but as soon as I see them red flags, I'm gonna holler at you. You understand? So, but it wasn't none. Like, it wasn't no red flags. And it's so crazy because I'm so protective of my kids. So it was a day when he was over there to the house, and her dad had to drop our baby off. And I'm big on not introducing my kids a certain way. You would always be introduced as a friend first, which he was. Which is, well, no, we had made it official, but I introduced him as my friend first. So, and my daughter fell in love instantly. So for me, my daughter is not the type to call no man dad. None. And I've been with my ex for 2 years doing it, and never not one time called him dad. Never. So even when she was like, oh, he was like, daughter, come here, or whatever. She was like, no, I'm not your daughter. My dad name is such and such. Like, she's very outspoken like that. And it was his mom, because they took him out to Monk Joe's. And she was like, Mom, she was like, no, his mom called me and was like, hey, you know Samaya called Mag dad? And I'm like, huh? Who, my daughter? She's not dad. So to me, that gave me confirmation. I got a video and everything. I had to video her and have a conversation with her. What made her? I said, what made you call him dad? She said, because mommy, I love him. And I love how he treats you. My daughter's that intelligent. So it's like kids know and sense. And from that, I fell in love with him even more. So I'm like, damn, this got to be my person. Same thing with my son, 18 years old. My son is he don't play by his mama. He don't give a damn who you are. You got to show him for real. My son pulled me to the side and was like, Ma, you did your big one. I'm real proud of you. I love him for you. He got my blessing. Y'all getting married April? He has my blessing, Mom. I'm proud of you. So yeah, it's like, you know, his energy alone, you know, the way he talks about the future, what he want, like what he need, and I'm gonna always do that. So I'm gonna always go out my way above and beyond. This what you want to do? Let's do it. So when I see you losing focus, hey, what you doing? You got on the computer and studied for, you know what I'm saying? You see there, like you doing, like that's me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just appreciate him, the fact of when my mind get the wondering, because I've been through so much, because it's like we move so fast, but some shit just seem like it's surreal at times. So it's like when I'm questioning something, it's the reassurance for me that eases me. It's no pride with him. It's no, all right then, F it. Like it's never that. It's baby, like holding my hand, look me in my eyes. I got you. I think what got me for him, one day I was asleep. I know. One day, hey, listen. One day I was asleep, and he woke me up out my sleep. He was like, "Babe, you sleep?" I'm like, yeah. So he was like, "Turn around." So I turned around. He was like, "Look at me." I'm like, "Yes." So he was like, "You know I never hurt you, right?" I was like, So like this time I'm woke now. Like, what? He said, "Leena, you different." He said, "If you allow me to, I swear to God," he said, "I never hurt you." He said, "I promise you." He said, "I never hurt you or your kids." He said, "I never hurt you." I got chills and I teared up. It was just something in that moment for me. You understand? I knew his words. It just did something to my soul. So from there, I knew I was safe. I felt safe. You understand? So it's like when you know.
Not to cut you off real quick, baby, but it was like something. It was like something in my spirit that told me to wake her up and tell her right now. Don't wait until later on. Tell her right now. You know what I mean? And I couldn't wait. I had to tell her. And I don't know if it was because of everything that I know what she been through, but I had to wake her up in the middle of the night to tell her right there on the spot. Like, I couldn't hold that back. That's why I knew this was different for me. Because certain things that she was said, you know, and I'm like, I'm going to go in this with leap of faith. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to show her that, like, I really want this. Like, you know, because I ain't had this before. So it really, it let me see it from a different point of view. Like, a lot of my homeboys was like, "You tripping, boy, you do," you know what I mean? I listen, I done heard it all. She heard it. Like, it's like we was hearing it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we always said, we grown, we gonna do what we want to do. Nobody knows how we feel about each other. Nobody knows, you know what I mean? They looking from the outside. Yeah. They not in the household. Yeah. So see, I was the same person that I'm with Leena. But when I realized it wasn't the same energy I'm getting back, that's when I start putting that guard up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't never change myself for nobody. I'm going to always be me. That's first and foremost. I'm going to always be me. What you see is what you're going to get. But once I feel like it's not returning back to me, then I feel like, oh, I can't give you this. You don't deserve this because you don't know how to accept it. So since you don't know how to accept it, why I'm going to keep bringing out that real me and showing you all this love and caring and, you know, like, and that's what it was with me in the past. Like with Leena, I don't got to put that guard up, you know? I could be me. You know, it's like I'm free. It's like being locked up and you gotta fight your way out, all this, and fight over the phone, all that. And then you get out and you don't gotta go through none of that. I ain't gonna lie, before Leena, I was gonna go back to the hoeing ways. I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna just tell chicks, listen, you wanna put money behind me, like we could do this or whatever, but I ain't looking for no serious relationship. And I told Leena that, so it's not like she ain't never heard this before, you know. And she told me she was on the same type of time, and so I feel like it was the Lord that put us together to show us like, no, it's somebody that's just like you, that's gonna be caring just like you, that's gonna, you know, that's gonna love your kids just like you. Like it's just, I feel like all of this is the man above. It's the man above, because once you don't have that and you get that, it's like it just hit different. It's like, wow, I never thought there was somebody that I could honestly say is a soulmate, that actually she want to see me do better. She want to help me at the same time, not just see me do better. She want to help me in every form of way to do better. You know what I mean? Like I done had women previous, that they say, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, but they not gonna be hands-on with me trying to figure it out and do that. That's Leena. Leena helps me figure things out, and like, I ain't gonna lie, that's why I knew that this is who I want to be with. This is who I really could see myself settling down with and really taking serious. Even though my mom was triggering me to just, after the previous, just going back to that hoe, going back to being a hoe, you know. But it's my baby right here. And I thank the Lord for her every day, man. For real. I wasn't. And it's like the type of heart that I have towards a female, it's like, you know, when you the type of person and you show yourself, you expect that in return, but when they don't got that in them, they can't show you that, you know. And just seeing what Leena showed me, it just was like, wow, there's actually a woman that feels how I feel about this, and a communication, you know, like communication is the key, you know. And she made everything like she insured me on a whole lot of stuff, you know, like, and it hit me different. Off the rip, she was insuring me on this. She's like, oh, here go the Ring camera, here this, like, here go the password. Like, it's to the point that it made me put my guard down. And I'm like, yo, here go my password to my phone. Oh, I'm gonna delete this person's number. I'm gonna change my number. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do that. So it was different for me, you know. And then, you know, on the Mag and Leena show, it's showing a lot of people another side of me, because she brought that other side of me that I was hiding, because I didn't have that significant other that I felt like, yo, why let my guard down for this when you not moving like this, you know?
So, I might need to take one too. Okay, so me and Jamani was sitting on the couch, you know, and now remind you, my nipples had been sore for like 3 weeks. And he good with, like, you know, keeping up my period, because sometimes it's irregular, so I really don't keep up with it. And he did something. We had this thing where we joke and I grab at his nipples or something, and we always do that. So when he did, I'm like, oh, babe. So he was like, it's still sore. And I was like, I know, right? And then he was like, hey, did your period come on that? So when I thought about it, I'm like, no. So I thought he didn't. So I had these pregnancy tests that's super old. They 2 years old. So I went in the bathroom and I took them. So when the first one came out, that line showed quick. The first line. So I was like, no. So I was like, well, it's expired. Let me go take another one. Same thing. I said, I don't think they would give a false positive twice. So I'm like, oh man. I was like 4 days late. So we ended up going, later on that day, we had the studio section with our son.
Yeah.
And we decided our studio session, which was Christmas, we made it Christmas, we was gonna go to the hospital, so we did that. So they confirmed we were pregnant. So in our mind, we was like, well, damn, 2025 hours, I'm an actress, how I juggle this and doing this, and I get sick. So we was worried, like, what I'm saying, it was gonna slow us down, but a part of us was like, God is great. He wasn't putting nothing on us we couldn't bear, but we still was stuck between, okay, you know what, should we get an abortion? Like, you understand? Or like, I don't know, it was just so overwhelming. So I was still trying to take it all in, so I called you. And I'm like, because if anybody know what to say, I'd rather call a God-fearing man and one that's not biased and that's going to give you the real. So I called you. So we been going back and forth to the hospital. You want to say?
It hit me a little different than her.
Yeah, she's taking harder than me.
And baby, honestly, I'd rather you talk about it. I ain't gonna lie.
So when we found out, during that time they said it was about 6 weeks. So we ended up going to the hospital because I was spotting, and that never happened before, and I was kind of confused as to why I wasn't getting a morning sickness like I normally would when I'm that far. So when we went, instead of doing a vaginal ultrasound, they was doing a regular ultrasound, which I knew they weren't gonna be able to see nothing. So they kept saying, well, your ovaries look fine, you're fine, this is normal, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. They asked was I'm cramping. I wasn't cramping. So when the bleeding started to continue, because it'll stop and then it'll come back, and I'm like, okay, what is going on? So we went again. So the second time that we went, they said the same thing. It was nothing. So I took off work from a few days. I ended up, completely laying down, drinking lots of water, trying to, get it together, trying to figure it out and not stress. So that day, I don't know, I came out the kitchen and my stomach just started to cramp real bad. And I'm like, no. So I remember laying on the couch and I started praying and I was rubbing my stomach. And I was like, Lord, I said, I don't know what's going on. I say, but we just went to the hospital. I was like, just please, protect my baby, because at that time I thought it was one. So I'm like, just please protect my baby. Like, I just don't know. So I didn't have the words. So some say go lay down. So I laid down. He called me. He asked me what I was doing. So we're talking or whatever. And the next thing you know, I just felt something like gush out. So I was like, no. So I jumped on the bed and a clock came out. So, and I'm like, no, how? So I started cramping, like the cramps was coming so heavy. And as I'm on the phone with him, he's like, what's going on? And I ran in the bathroom because he had asked me to go to the hospital. I was like, no, I'm fine. And I kind of beat myself up about that because I'm like, damn, he did say go to the hospital. And I said no. So when I ran into the bathroom, I'm leaning against the wall, but I'm squatting. The baby came out. And I went to scream, and I'm like, no, like, why? Like, how? Like, it's out, it came out. And he was like, what came out, Leena? What's going on? And I could hear him pounding on the steering wheel. He was like, baby, I'm trying to get to you. Like, I'm trying to get to you. Give me a second. I'm trying to get to you. He said, I'm stuck in traffic because he had just got off work. He said, I'm coming. And I just kept screaming. And I was like, I don't understand. They say we was fine. So when he came, I didn't bother to wipe the blood clots up or the baby up. But what I did was, because I'm not icky, when I moved it and picked it up, it was a sack. It was a whole sack. So I was like, damn. So when he came in, he just cried. And I just was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. Because he told me to go to the hospital and I didn't. So, after that, we went to the hospital. And then we came back. And I was using the bathroom. And as I was peeing, the second sack came out. So when I dug in the toilet and I seen it, it was the second sack. As the first one that I saw that was in the bathroom. So I'm like, I manifested this. I manifested twins. Like I manifested this. Because on my side I have twins, on his side he have triplets. But I manifested this. That's rare. So I was like, Lord, okay, it's because I broke the fast. Like that's when I started questioning God to myself. And I'm never one to question him, but I needed answers at that point because I didn't understand. Like I really didn't understand. So I ended up writing on a notepad, you know, mommy and daddy, sorry, we don't know what happened. You know, we love you. Rest in peace, mommy, beautiful angels. And we end up burying them by our door. And every morning he'll go out there and talk to him or whatever. But I think for me, we both can't be broken because he's going through so much. So it's like, if I could at least take that, I think if they was slightly full term, that would have destroyed me. But being that it was so early, it's not hitting me as hard as it is him. So, yeah. Oh.
Let me tell y'all. It hit me harder. It hit me harder because I'm a great father. I love my kids. And right now I got a 3-year-old daughter I can't even see. I can't even speak to. I never abused her. I did all my powers to be there in her life. And to know that I had 2 more coming. I ain't even get to see. Listen, I never understood why a father that want to be in a child's life, that want to be there, that want to do right by their child, the mother hold them against their child. And the ones that don't want to be in their child life, they anxious, they doing the most. Like, come get your child, come do that. I don't respect that. I don't respect that. Because you got us fathers that want to be in their child's life full time. And the mother don't want you to be there. But the ones that don't want to be in their child's life, they trying to throw their child on them. Like, it just hurt my soul. It hurt my soul. And I don't regret my daughter. And I hate to say this from the bottom of my heart, but it made me regret my baby mother that I choose to have my daughter.
I love you.
I love you too, baby.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault.